Hey everybody, this is Jordan Syatt from SyattFitness.com, and this is my very first video post, so I'm really excited about that. I think these videos are going to be a great addition to the site. I think they're going to be able to add a lot, and I'll be able to get a lot more information out with a lot more frequency, so I'm excited about that. And specifically, as a lot of you probably know, these videos are starting because for the next 8 weeks I'll be traveling abroad. I'm going to be a tour guide. I really got hooked up. This is a really cool job. I want to be a tour guide on a youth program, so I'll be leading a group of about 40 youths through Israel, Poland, and the Czech Republic. So I am very, very excited. I think it's going to be an absolutely fantastic experience with very little sleep, but it should be incredible. I really don't know what else to say about it except it's going to be an amazing time. Training wise, it's going to be very difficult because I'll be on the job 24/7. I'll be, traveling all the time, hiking all the time, and living out of a suitcase, and it's really gonna. I'll be pushed. I'll be pushed in a lot of ways, and I'll have very little equipment and time and energy. So I guess this first post before I go there, I'm still in Boston right now, before I go abroad, is I want to let you know what my goals are, how I plan to train while I'm there, what I'm planning to do to maintain or improve my level of fitness. I feel like a lot of people when they travel and they don't have a lot of time, they think that they might as well just stop, or they don't know what to do. So my goal through the next 8 weeks is to just let you know there's so much that you can do when you're in a hotel room, or when you don't have a lot of time. Even if you're not traveling and you don't have a lot of time to get to a gym, there's so much you can do with your body weight and very little equipment and very little time. So that'll be the goal of these video posts, and I'll be doing some cool things as well. I'm excited to post up different videos of Israel and Poland and the Czech Republic, and just show you guys not really a fitness element of me, but just more like what I enjoy doing. I love traveling, and I love meeting new people and trying new foods, and I'm really excited to show that part of my life and share that with you. So I think that's going to be a really cool aspect. But anyway, for tonight's post, I'm going to talk about my goals, my training, and the equipment. So I want to make this relatively quick. I'm sorry that I rant. As you know from my articles, I go on and on and on and on and on. And in my head before I started this, I was thinking, okay, we're going to make this less than 5 minutes long, Jordan. These people have stuff to do. It's probably not going to be less than 5 minutes. I apologize. For my goals, as you know, I'm a very big, as you may know, I am very big in setting goals. I think if you have written goals out, then you are setting yourself up for success. If you don't have goals, then what are you trying to do? So I actually took the time to write down my goals, what I plan to do for training, all my equipment, and I wrote it all down. In this way I can really focus in on how I'm going to plan my training even further. And I'll probably do a more in-depth post on this, or a video later as well. But in terms of my main goal while abroad and training, it's very simply to maintain and or gain strength. I'm not planning on gaining a lot of strength, if any, but it would be a plus if I did, so I always write that down anyway. But maintaining and gaining strength is going to be my main fitness-related goal. Being a competitive powerlifter right now, I would really like to maintain any and all levels of strength that I have over the 8 weeks. And to be totally honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if I lose some. I will be hiking multiple day trips, and I'll be probably not eating as much as I should, and it's going to be very difficult, but if I could maintain my strength, I'd be very happy. And even if I do lose some, to be totally honest with you, as soon as I get back, it'll come right back up. I think a lot of people worry like, oh my God, I'm going away for 2 weeks, or I'm not going to have a gym for 2 weeks, or whatever it is, and they think they're going to lose all their strength. But it's as soon as you come back to it, it's nothing to concern over. And my second goal is, I wrote this out specifically, is to eat a lot and enjoy all of the food. Uh, I'm a huge foodie. I love different kinds of food. I love different cultures' foods, and you'd be hard to put to find a food that I wouldn't try. And I pretty much like everything. Um, but when I'm abroad, I really make it a point to. I generally don't even order off the menu. I'll just ask the waiter or waitress to give me their favorite meal or a traditional meal, or ask the chef to surprise me, because I feel like they probably know best. And I don't know. I think it's really important to get out and try new foods and things like that. So I'm really excited to enjoy the Israeli cuisine, the falafel, the shawarma, and all that. But then get out and enjoy the Czech Republic and the Polish cuisine as well. And okay, so now for training, in terms of frequency, how often I'll be training, it's really up in the air, but I wrote down 2 to 4 times a week. Realistically, it's probably going to be closer to 2 times a week, because I'll be exhausted. Most of my training is probably going to be going on at 1, 2, or 3 in the morning after I've taken care of everything else, after a long day of hiking or whatever it was. So I probably won't be able to devote 4 or 5 or more days a week to training. Not that I really do anyway. Most of my training is 4 days a week with some light accessory work on other days. But 2 days a week will probably be close to what I'm doing for all 8 weeks. The sessions will probably last anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes, depending on how I feel, depending on what I did that day, depending on a lot of different factors. So 2 to 4 days a week between 15 and 45 minutes is about the frequency of what I'll be doing. And obviously that's subject to change, but I expect that's what I'll be doing. In terms of intensity, and that's in terms of like difficulty, generally I refer to intensity as how much load I put on the bar, how much weight I'm using in relation to my 1 repetition maximum, how much weight I can lift. But because, as you'll see in terms of my equipment, I'm really not going to have so much loading, but my intensity is really, I am speaking in terms of how difficult it is to perform the exercise, from a strength perspective. And so that'll be about moderate to high intensity, as 2 days a week. That's how I'm really planning to maintain and or gain strength, is to just really challenge my strength in any way I can. So whether it's through strictly bodyweight movements or band exercises, which I'll show you, I have several bands that I'll be using. I really just want to keep that. I want to get that stimulus. I want to get the high intensity stimulus that'll challenge me and help me maintain my strength. So moderate to high intensity, and the volume will be low to moderate. Probably on the lower side most days, just because I'll be so tired and I won't have a lot of energy, and really there will be no reason to go too high. I'm not going to be trying to gain size while I'm away. So relatively low to moderate volume and moderate to high intensity. For those familiar with RPT style training, I guess it would be somewhat like that in terms of it's very high intensity on the movements that you do, reverse pyramid training style RPT, but it's very low volume. And then the type of training I'll be doing is a lot of body weight work, a lot of band training, and I'll show you those in 1 second. And I'll either be using a full body or an upper-lower split, 1 day a week for upper, 1 day a week for lower. Very well could vary between upper body, lower body, full body days. It's up in the air based on how I feel. I tend to enjoy excuse me, I tend to enjoy upper-lower splits better. But if I'm only training 2 times a week, a full body routine might be a better choice. So we'll see how that works out. And then for equipment, I will show you right now. I have a bunch of bands, and I'll just show you. So right here, as you can see, this is what I'll be bringing with me. I have a set of very, very, very strong bands, and I'll explain how I'm going to use these. I have a strong band, some medium bands, light bands, and some tubing. And then here I have the stick, a tennis ball, and the rumble roller. So this will be for my warming up and self-myofascial release, and to improve, just work on my mobility and keep me healthy while I'm there. That's, I always do that during my warm-ups or as some GPP, and I'll explain that in a little bit. But the bands and my body weight will really be how I'll be focusing on maintaining my strength. That'll be a really big portion of it. So you can actually, if you're going to be using bands, if you're traveling, you can just purchase them in a lot of different places. I get mine from Westside Barbell. You can just go to westsidebarbell.com and go to their products and order some sets of bands. They're really an invaluable tool to have, so I would highly recommend you get them, especially if you're going to be traveling and strength is a really big focus. Body weight training is great, but bands just add a fantastic element to it, which you'll see. So that's pretty much it. That's as far as in depth I want to get into right now. You'll see a lot more as I go into it over the course of the next 8 weeks. If you have any questions or ideas or recommendations, please email me, jsyattfitness@gmail.com. You can post on my Facebook or Twitter. I'm jsyatt on Twitter. Just send me any questions, recommendations, ideas. I really want to answer anything and any question you have. I just want you to get the best information possible. So if there's anything I can do to help, please, please, please send me your questions or anything that you have. As you can see, I'll be doing very minimalist training, just some bands and some mobility work and my body weight, and it'll all come together. I'm really excited to share with you how I'll be training and how I'll be maintaining my strength abroad with very, very short workouts a few times a week. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to stop ranting now. I think it's around like 10:30 or something, and I still need to eat a lot. I just got back from training, so that is that. I'm out. It was a pleasure doing this first video post, and I look forward to many, many more. Have a good night, everybody.